Hello, everyone. My name is Daniela Cantera, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is Mo Zulfiqar with another exciting income pick. If you would like to read any more about what Mo writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com or you can click the link to our website in the description below. When investors think about dividend stocks, regional banks are not at the top of the list. But these companies represent a corner of the stock market that shouldn't be overlooked. It is filled with steady businesses offering high yields with strong balance sheets and loyal customer bases. Take BCB Bancorp Inc., traded on NASDAQ under symbol BCBP, for example. This small cap regional bank doesn't get much attention from Wall Street or the financial press, but for income investors, it checks a lot of boxes. At the current price, BCBP stock has a dividend yield of 8.1%. You don't see this sort of yield in the banking sector often. Just so you know, if you own the biggest banks in the US, they pay a fraction of what investors would get holding BCBP stock. So Mo, what does BCB Bancorp do?
Thanks, Daniela. BCB Bancorp is a parent company of BCB Community Bank, a New Jersey-based regional bank. Like majority of the regional banks, BCB Community Bank offers traditional services like checking and savings account, residential and commercial mortgages, small business loans, and consumer lending. This regional bank also offers online and mobile banking. It is also worth noting that because BCP Bancorp operates in the New Jersey, New York metro area, one of the most densely populated and economically active regions in the US, it has an edge over other regional banks.
So what's happening with BCBP stock and why should income investors pay attention to it?
Well, to say the least, BCBP stock has been really painful to watch. Year to date, the stock is down about 32% and it's trading below its 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. This essentially indicates that short-term and long-term trends are pointing downwards and investor sentiment isn't good. Investors are essentially panicking because they're concerned about BCB Bancorp's financial performance and its balance sheet. In the first quarter of 2025, the regional bank reported a net loss of $8.3 million or 51 cents per diluted share. This is compared to net income in the prior quarter and the same quarter a year ago.
Mo, let me stop you for 1 second. Why such a big loss?
Yeah, that's a good question. One of the BCB Bancorp's biggest borrower is going through some financial problems. As a result, the bank is preparing for the worst. Mind you, this borrower has a loan of $34.2 million that is still current as of first quarter of 2025. On top of this regional bank is seeing some deterioration in its business loans book as well. And with all that happening, its provision for credit losses, or think of it as bad debt, ballooned to $20.8 million in the most recent quarter compared to just $4.2 million in the previous quarter. Now, I also have to ask if this is an overreaction. I mean, BCB Bancorp has total deposits of close to $2.7 billion and total loans and receivables of $2.9 billion. So the total provision for credit losses is, relatively low compared to the overall book. And even if that one borrower that's causing problems for the regional bank does default on its loan, it's not a big percentage of overall loan book. BCP Bancorp is well capitalized. If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video.
Now, tell us about the dividend here.
You see, right now, BCBP stock pays an annual dividend of 64 cents per share, which works out to a dividend yield of 8.2% based on the current price of around $7.77 per share. For context, most large cap banks yield between 2 and 4%. So for income focused investors, BCBP's payout is really something to watch for. And here's something even more impressive. This regional bank has a very strong record of paying its shareholders. It hasn't missed a payment since 2008. during the 2008 financial crisis, the 2020 health crisis, and even during the regional bank panic of 2023, BCB Bancorp continued to reward its shareholders. Keep in mind, during these times, several regional banks went out of business, reduced their dividends, or completely slashed them. And lastly, I will say this, for BCB Bancorp to stay consistent during difficult times, it says a lot about the management's commitment to treating its shareholders well.
Thanks, Mo, for your insights. BCB Bancorp may not be a household name, but it offers exactly what income investors are looking for: a high dividend yield and a conservative business model. BCBP stock yields over 8.2% and has a long history of rewarding shareholders, even during tough times. You won't find this sort of yield among Americans' big banks. Of course, no investment is without risk, and BCBP stock is no exception. The recent dip in profits and some deterioration on the balance sheet are concerning developments. But management is hard at work and, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a survival issue. The regional bank remains well capitalized and also trades at decent valuations. Lastly, 182 institutional investors own close to 39% of all outstanding BCBP shares. Insiders also own close to 11% of the outstanding shares. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com to get our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%, or you can find the link to our website in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.